Money and fame drive a lot of people in life, with the goal that riches can make us happy, and in some cases, it probably does. But the wise ones know that giving back can be just as rewarding as taking it in, and these celebs do just that. It is inspirational to see some of our favorite actors taking such an active role in helping those who are less fortunate. Many of them are not looking for public approval, so you don't often hear about their generous actions, but it does eventually leak out, as giving is a good thing, and the world can always use more good news with all the bad things happening these days. Here are 10 celebs that love to give. Keanu Reeves. His public image is very positive. He is known as a workaholic, charming, and excruciatingly shy. After The Matrix was released, he gave $80 million of his $114 million earnings to the people of the special effects and makeup departments. He says that money is the last thing he thinks about. I could live on what I've already made for the next few centuries. Reeves lives in a simple apartment and is one of the few actors in Hollywood who doesn't own a mansion to his name. He eats from takeout restaurants and frequently takes the subway to get around. Even being popular worldwide and making millions hasn't spoiled his character. For example, in March 2019, Keanu was flying into Los Angeles when the flight got diverted to Bakersfield. He didn't want to wait for the plane to get repaired, but instead arranged a van to take him and the other passengers into the city. When his sister was diagnosed with leukemia, Keanu came to her aid. Not only did he physically put himself in the role of caretaker, he also donated millions to the hospital to help speed up positive results from leukemia research. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. These two multi-billionaires and best friends both have many things in common, like giving away a lot of their fortunes and playing golf together. They also travel, meet, and console each other as they have similar goals in life, such as charities and even going to McDonald's in Omaha, Nebraska, in Buffett's hometown when Bill flies up there. Jokingly, they use coupons for breakfast and have a simple meal. But Buffett still lives in the modest house he bought in Nebraska for $31,500 in 1958, which admittedly was quite a bit of money then, but without a mortgage or any financial woes at all. Surely the frugal businessman could upgrade a little? On the other hand, maybe he has a penchant for nostalgia. The home is now over half a century old. Warren Buffett may have a nostalgic touch, but Bill is a little more modern, living in a $147 million mansion, but he has openly stated he'll be donating his vast fortune to his foundation when he passes. After all, it's hard to give away all his money presently when he makes over approximately $7 million per day, which varies of course. There's even a website that tracks to the minute how much Buffett and Gates are raking in. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio was relatively unheard of in the Hollywood scene until he catapulted to stardom with the 1997 release of Titanic. After this blockbuster hit the big screen, Leo quickly became one of the top actors in Hollywood. Today, it is estimated that his net worth has surpassed $200 million, and now that he has taken on the title of producer in addition to acting, his fortune is only expected to grow. Leo is a prominent environmental activist, and he is known to live a relatively inexpensive lifestyle. His one major purchase was a $2.5 million island near Belize, but he only owns one car, which is a Toyota Prius. Leo has been quoted as saying that he doesn't want to spend a lot of money because having his funds saved allows him the freedom he needs to choose exactly what he wants to do as an actor. He also hopes to accumulate enough wealth so that one day he is able to do something beneficial for others. Leo is also known for his generous charitable endeavors. He has started the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation in order to protect the environment, and he has raised over $39 million for the World Wildlife Fund's tiger habitat conservation efforts. His foundation has also provided over 430,000 people in Africa access to clean drinking water. It's clear that Leo has his priorities straight when it comes to spending his fortune. Johnny Depp. There are many levels to Johnny Depp. He is a genuinely unique character, as one could guess by reviewing the variety of roles he has been able to play with perfection. And he is so very nice that he even surprised one of his young fans by showing up at her school as Captain Jack Sparrow after reading a letter she had written and sent. One story has Depp as having bought 500 coats for a film crew when they were on set and cold. Johnny has a charitable list that is quite long, but some of them are Fans for Charity, Actors Fund of America Children's Hospice and Palliative Care Coalition, Dogs Deserve Better, and several more. The amount of his generosity is undisclosed. Sandra Bullock. Truly a leader in compassion and philanthropy. Even Glamour magazine once honored Bullock as an undercover hero. According to a story in Fox News, she and then hubby Jesse James donated $1 million to the Red Cross to help after Japan was hit by that devastating earthquake. She also donated another $1 million to Doctors Without Borders to help with the Haiti earthquake disaster. In 2010, she helped open an on-campus health clinic. In 2012, she was honored for her donations to rebuild a high school that was destroyed in Hurricane Katrina in 2005. And the list goes on. Elton John. Music legend Sir Elton John is one seriously generous star. Year after year, he has featured on the Sunday Times giving list, coming in at 11th in 2020 with donations of $32 million. The majority of his very generous giving goes to his charity, the Elton John AIDS Foundation, which he has in both the UK and the US. The two foundations together have raised more than $385 million over the past 25 years. Taylor Swift. Music sensation Taylor Swift was just 22 when she was named the most generous star of 2012 after donating a whopping $4 million to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Nashville, which allowed the creation of a Taylor Swift Education Center. Sure, donate that amount of money to anywhere and you'll get a building named after you. Swift's generosity has continued throughout her career and into the COVID-19 pandemic. In August last year, the singer hit the headlines for donating $30,000 to an 18-year-old in the UK who couldn't afford to go to a university, and recently made a quiet donation of $50,000 to the GoFundMe campaign of a Tennessee mother of 5 who lost her husband to coronavirus just before Christmas. John Cena. The WWE superstar might be tough in the ring, but outside of wrestling, he's granted over 600 wishes to children battling life-threatening illnesses via the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I wonder if he'd show up as Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad. In 2012, it was reported that Cena had raised more than $1 million for the Susan G. Komen breast cancer charity in partnership with the WWE after he lobbied the wrestling entertainment company to feature a pink metal rope in its rings and sell pink merchandise to raise awareness for the cause. He was named as the second most charitable athlete in the world in 2015. Cena's work has continued outside of the ring too, and last year he donated $1 million to the Fit Ops Foundation, which trains veterans to be personal trainers, giving them a chance at a new career, and agreed to match donations from the public up to another $1 million. Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan grew up in relative poverty in Hong Kong before rising to become one of the most famous martial artists and actors in the world, with a net worth rumored to fall around $370 million. Over the years, Chan has donated many millions of dollars to several different Red Cross appeals, and he also reportedly plans to leave at least half of his fortune to charity when he dies. Explaining why he wouldn't be leaving the money to his son JC, Chan said, "If he is capable, he can make his own money. If he is not, then he will just be wasting my money, and the master has spoken." George Lucas. When the Star Wars director sold his company Lucasfilms to Disney in 2012, bad move, he pocketed a cool $4.05 billion. But rather than spend the proceeds, which were half cash, half Disney stock, Lucas donated the lion's share to charity, including the George Lucas Educational Foundation, where they teach you to be a Jedi. He also donates to Stand Up to Cancer and Make-A-Wish Foundation. In 2010, he joined the Warren Buffett Giving Pledge, which asked billionaires to donate the majority of their wealth to charity, which has also garnered many high-profile followers like Mr. Lucas. Giving is a good thing, which we all can do on some level. Possibly not like these folks do, but it's something we should all keep in mind. Until next time.